Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be showing how to build this awesome thing. This MOC I got inspiration from an image on Google Plus I found, and also the leg assemblies from the First Order Stormtrooper. So that's what really drove the creative process behind this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show the shield quickly. It's not much. It's just this piece is 6 long axle there, 6 units long. There's a gear, I have one of the large gears, usually in gray. I have one in white. And these ball joint pieces, some axles, and voila. It's a thing. Okay. You need one of these to attach it, by the way. Okay, now to the important part. So I'm just going to start by ripping off the arms, because why not? That's the most humane way to go about killing something, isn't it? To rip off the arms, wasn't it like shooting the head? Oh, maybe I'm pretty sure it was rip off the arms and not shoot it in the head. Okay, so these are the arm assemblies. Not much to see there. This one, there's one hole here, so just letting you guys know that's not a regular length one. This is a regular length, but this is a slightly longer. Okay, now let's get on to this assembly. So this assembly is from the First Order Stormtrooper. However, I moved this piece, this gray piece here, was originally up here. I moved it down here because I wanted this to be close, this top of this piece to be closer to the knees. So this is just, if you don't know what this is, just look up the First Order Stormtrooper instructions. There's probably on Lego's website or on Brickset. Okay, got rid of those. So now let's just take off these arm bits. They go on like this. Like that. Just get rid of them. Don't need those anymore. Pretty sure I'll be fine with that. Let's take off the head. Not going to show that. Oh, maybe I'll show that at the end if I have time. Okay, and now we have this thing. Now, I got this thing here. So, get really up close to the camera so you guys can see what it is and how it is. So basically, just take off the shells, just like that, this piece. Goes like that. Okay. This thing is very simple. I found this technique on some, I think it was Google Images. You stick this in right here, this one of these pieces here, like that, then like that, and then stick it on, like this. Okay, so this is really the complicated part, is this thing. So you need to know how to build this. You have one of these grills on either side, and then this needs to be facing the outside of the figure, and this needs to be facing the inside of the figure. If you have 4 of these, use them instead, because use them instead of this. Like put them on both sides. But I didn't. I had been using them for other MOCs that I didn't want to damage, so I just didn't bother because it still looked okay. So if it would have been, it had broken the whole aesthetic, I probably wouldn't have done that. And I messed it up. I messed putting it back together. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. Like that. Okay. And then we have the other one leg, which is the same, except this is also facing the outside. Just, they're symmetric. Like that. If you take geometry, you know what I mean. Okay. Now we have this thing here. It's very important. So let's start with the basic part, which is I basically just get an axle from my organizers. Okay, you can just see how this is by it's one of these pieces. You stick the hole right here. You stick the hole right there. You cross axles, push it there through there, like that. And then you have these pieces, and one of these with the hole in the center, and 2 cross axle holes, and you just stick it on. It's very simple. It just goes on the axle like that. Very, very simple assembly. Okay. Now to the more complicated part. So let's start by taking off all the armor pieces. So this goes on right there. Okay. These, it's like this. It's just that. Not much interesting there. So yeah, so there. Let's put it back together. Probably is a better idea. So it goes like that. Okay. So now we have to see the back. Now we can start taking apart the front. Let's take off this little assembly right here. It's not much. It's really, so I can just show you how to make this quickly. So let's So if you grab one of these, organizers, so convenient. So convenient. Harbor Freight. Best organizers for my size Lego collection. Okay. There we go. So we got two of these pieces. Like that. Put them right next to each other. Get a... Oh, that was probably out of frame. Get two of these. Put them right next to each other like that. Get another one. Preferably the same color. Okay, and like that. So then, on top, we're going to add... Okay, we're going to add one of these here. Turn it around. And then add another one right there. So there we go, we got that. And then, we can grab a grill and a 1x2 plate. That. Sit on, and then we got that assembly that the same as this. Okay. Now, we got this. Take off this assembly here. This is very simple. Just that and that, with this attaching onto the holes there. So it just goes on like that. Okay, this is also another very simple thing. Hope you guys can see what it is. I know you can because I was just looking at the camera. Okay, then we got one of these hood pieces. So that's the thing. And then we have now the frame, the most important part, the basis for this entire figure. It went through multiple iterations as I was designing the exterior deco and how it looked. So that's how this is. So, one note is that this assembly that I have in this figure, like that can be replaced if you want by one of these instead. So that's actually a possibility if you want it, by one of these pieces. If you want to not use what I used, or if you don't have the right parts. Okay, so now let's start by taking this off the shoulder mounting piece. So it's kind of, okay, I'll half it so I can show you how to put it on one half of it. So this is a 10 unit long axle. Okay, and then we can just slide this on. That's actually wrong. Look at me making mistakes. Okay, we got that. Then we got that. Then we got this. Then we got this. And boy, it's finished. Okay, so then we have this over here. Not very complicated. Slightly complicated to take apart. So I'm going to basically take this entire thing apart and show how to build it now. So I'm just going to smash it into a million pieces right in front of your eyes. You may want to avert your eyes if you're like slightly squeamish, but I happen to not be slightly squeamish. I happen to be slightly more than slightly squeamish, so this will not bother me. Okay, so hopefully I didn't forget how to put this together. Now we have one of these pieces right there. That's very simple. Stick that on. Then we'll stick this on, like that. Oh, and of course I drop it. Okay, and then we gotta stick these two. This should be about 1 unit. Okay, this should be about 1 unit. These should be about 1 unit away from this. The distance right here. That should be 1 unit. Okay, now you see why in a second. Okay, so you add one of these on like that. You see, and then we add one of these on like that. Okay, and now you can double check whether or not the units were correct. So you can move it out slightly and move this one out slightly. Oh, slightly more inwards. Okay. Then we just grab one of these ball things. Just stick it right there. So that is for the axle, which is about to, this is a 5 long axle. I know it doesn't look like this is black, but I have a few black 5 long axles. They're usually gray, but this one happens to be black. Okay, this is a 5 long axle. And then, if I can remember, oh yes, okay. This goes on like this. So that's the mounting point. And then, there we go, like that. So now let's put it back together. Okay, we'll start by putting this on. And then putting this on. By the way, there's this thing here on this. This is very important. that this is the head mount. Right there, that ball joint. Okay. Now, and it needs to be facing backwards. This is the front, this is the back, it needs to be facing backwards. So now, stick all these pieces together, all these various assemblies back together. Okay. There! It has been finished. No, it hasn't. It has not. Okay. There's this important bit here. Then we stick this on, like that. Okay. Now you don't want to be out of frame, because last time I tried recording this, I was horribly out of frame, and I had to read. This is like the second time I'm recording this in full length. So I really don't want to do that again. Another arm. Okay, and then we get the lower legs. And there on dish. Then the shield, which we need this thing for. And it goes on like this. Okay, now that we have everything except the head finished, he's been decapitated multiple times in the making of these videos and me building this, but here's his head. His head is complicated, and I have time to show you guys. So let's take this off. This goes on like this. This goes on like that. There's one of these. Just on like this. Okay, and now the basic assembly. So I'm going to show you guys. You can't see it. So there's a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 plate with the little bar, and then a 1x1 plate with the little grabby thing. So that is on top of a 2 1x1 grabby plates. So if you look at it like that,